Have. A storm is coming. It is not a matter of if, but when. And when it comes, it will not politely knock on your door. It will not warn you with gentle winds. Have. It will roar, it will shake, and it will tear through everything that is built on a foundation of compromise. The world has entered a time of reckoning. Have. Where the illusions of strength will be exposed, and only what is real will remain. This storm is not merely about politics, economies, or natural forces. It is deeper. It is the shaking of all things. Moral, spiritual, societal. What has been hidden will be revealed. Have. What has been propped up by pride and deception will fall. It will not spare the proud, the arrogant, or the passive. Have. It is coming to test the hearts of men and women, to sift the souls, to awaken the sleepers, and call forth those who were born for such a time as this. This storm is not random, it is purposeful. It is the answer to a world that has turned its back on truth, on justice, on righteousness. It is the voice in the whirlwind, the call in the thunder. It says, wake up. It says, prepare. It says, the time of comfort is over. Now begins the time of courage. Many will not understand it. Many will mock it, deny it, or try to ignore it. But their denial will not stop the wind. Their comfort will not hold back the shaking. For this storm is not coming to destroy those who are prepared. It is coming to purify, to reveal, to strengthen, and to separate. You must understand that strength is not merely about enduring. It is about seeing clearly. In the days ahead, confusion will increase. Deception will grow stronger. But those who are grounded in truth will see through it. Those who walk in integrity will stand firm while others fall. The strong are not those who are loud or forceful. They are those who know who they are, why they are here, and what they must do. And their strength is not found in themselves alone, but in their connection to a higher purpose that cannot be shaken. To survive what is coming, you must prepare not just your hands, but your heart. Not just your house, but your soul. Because when the winds rise and the world begins to shake, the question will not be whether you heard about the storm. It will be whether you built for it. And those who did, though the rains fall and the floods rise, will still be standing when the sun returns, because they knew the true thing, that the storm was not their end, it was their test. And only the strong will survive. The times we are stepping into are not ordinary. They are times of shaking, times of testing, times when the foundations of everything we once trusted will be questioned. The systems that held up the world, governments, economies, cultural norms, are already trembling. What we used to consider stable is now fragile. The shaking has begun, and it will only intensify. But this shaking is not a punishment, it is a revelation. It is exposing what is real and what is false. It is revealing who stands on solid ground and who is built on sand. And in this divine shaking, every life, every belief, and every choice will be tested by fire. We must not be naive. History has shown again and again that times of shaking come before transformation. Before there's revival, there is reckoning. Before there is rebuilding, there is collapsing. This is not new. It is ancient. In every age, when the people drifted from truth, a shaking came. And now we are the generation standing on the edge of such a moment. The storm is the shaking, and only the strong will endure it. But strength is not about muscle or influence. It is about alignment. When everything begins to fall, those who stand are not the ones with power, but the ones with purpose. Not the ones with wealth, but the ones with wisdom. This storm will not discriminate. It will sweep across nations, across cities, homes. It will shake leaders, challenge institutions, and confront every compromise. And as it does, many will fall into fear. Many will retreat, hoping the storm will pass quickly. But those who have ears to hear will understand the shaking is a call to rise, not to hide. It is a call to build lives that cannot be moved. It is the divine challenge to uproot what is dead and plant what is eternal. And only those who respond in truth will be able to withstand it. We were not created for fragile times. We were placed in this moment to be unshakable. But that kind of strength must be cultivated. It does not come overnight. It is formed in the quiet choices, in the hidden places, in the decisions we make when no one is watching. The times of shaking will reveal what is built in secret. They will expose whether we have truly been living by conviction or just convenience. The storm will not just change the world outside, it will demand transformation within. This is why now is the time to prepare, to examine the ground you stand on, to ask yourself, what have I trusted in? What have I built my life upon? Because when the shaking intensifies, and it will, it is not the size of your platform that will matter. It is the strength of your foundation. And those whose lives are anchored in unchanging truth will not be swept away. They will stand. They will endure. And in the midst of the shaking, they will shine. In a world that often defines strength by power, wealth, or appearance, we must return to the true meaning of strength. Strength is not found in noise or bravado, but in quiet, unshakable conviction. It is not measured by how loudly we speak, but by how deeply we stand. In the days to come, everything that lacks substance will collapse. The storm that is approaching will not honor titles, positions, or fame. It will only recognize truth, character, and endurance. And the only ones who withstand what's ahead are those whose strength is rooted not in pride, but in purpose. Purpose is not a vague idea. It is the reason you were born into this generation, this exact time in history. You are not here by accident. The challenges ahead are not random. They are tailored for a people chosen to rise in a time of darkness. Your life has been designed to withstand the storm, but only if you are aligned with the mission placed within you. This storm will call forth that purpose. It will force you to choose. Either live according to your calling or be swept away with the distractions of the age. You cannot ride the fence. The storm will expose every compromise. True strength is not isolated from struggle. It is born in it. It is in the fire that the metal is refined. It is in the storm that the roots grow deeper. If everything around you is being shaken, it is not to destroy you, but to draw out the strength that was always within you. Many people pray for peace and ease, but it is in the difficulty that we grow. Purpose without pressure is dormant. It is the adversity that activates your inner resolve and awakens your deeper identity. And you have. Those who survive are not the ones who escape hardship, but those who endure it with clarity and faith. They see through the storm. They do not run from it. They face it head on because they know who they are and what they've been called to do. They have been tested before the storm ever arrived. They've chosen integrity over popularity, truth over comfort, discipline over indulgence. When the winds blow, they do not panic because they've already decided to stand no matter what. And this strength cannot be imitated or borrowed. It must be your own. It is the result of daily decisions, sacrifices, disciplines, and faithfulness in the small things. The coming storm will not allow room for imitation. Only the authentic will remain. Those who have lived with purpose will emerge, not as victims of the storm, but as vessels shaped by it. The storm will pass, but when it does, it will leave behind a new landscape. And those who walk through it in strength will be the ones who help rebuild what was broken. They will be the ones who carry light into the ruins. So now is the time to seek your purpose, to walk in it boldly, and to let it become your unshakable strength. In the face of a coming storm, there will be a temptation to retreat, to hide, to avoid the pressure and hope it all passes quickly. But you were not created to run. You were not fashioned to bow under pressure. You were born to stand. And in the times ahead, standing will become the rarest form of strength. When the noise increases and the world shakes with uncertainty, when fear spreads like wildfire and confusion reigns, the few who remain standing will become beacons of clarity in a darkened land. And it is not by chance that you are hearing this now. It is a call, a summons, a divine appointment. You must prepare to stand. Standing does not mean being idle. It is not passive. To stand is to resist the tide of compromise, to withstand the winds of deception, and to hold ground that truth has given you. It is an active posture of faith. To stand means you do not waver when others bow. You do not yield when pressured to conform. You do not trade eternal things for temporary approval. And that kind of stand is not made in a single day. It is forged through a life of choices, tested again and again. When the time comes and the storm surrounds you, your posture will not be decided in the moment. It will reflect what you have been cultivating all along. The strength to stand is not in yourself alone. It comes from something greater, something eternal. Those who anchor themselves in passing trends will collapse when the wind changes. But those who stand on eternal principles, justice, truth, righteousness, will not only remain, they will rise, and in rising they will lead others who are stumbling. In your stand, others will find strength. In your courage, others will find hope. In your endurance, others will find an example to follow. There will be moments when standing feels lonely. The crowd will choose the easy way. They will mock the strong. They will say the storm is nothing, that there is no need to prepare. They will shout down truth with the noise of opinion. But you must not follow the crowd. The way of the strong has always been narrow. It is not popular. It is not praised. But it is necessary. You are not called to blend in. You are called to stand out, to be a signpost in the middle of the shaking that points to something unmovable. The hour is late. The storm clouds are forming. You can sense it in the undivision, in the unraveling of things once thought secure. But you do not need to fear. If you choose now to take your stand, to root yourself in truth, to walk with purpose, you will not be shaken. And when the storm passes, it will be said of you, not that you survived by hiding, but that you stood when it mattered most. And because you stood, others found the strength to rise. Preparation is not an option. It is a requirement. In a time when the storm is approaching, those who wait for the first thunderclap to act are already too late. The wise do not wait for the winds to how to begin building. They prepare in the silence. They act in the stillness. They understand that storms do not send invitations. They arrive suddenly without mercy. And only those who have built with intention will withstand their force. This preparation is not simply about the physical. It is a matter of the heart, the mind, and the soul. To survive what is coming, you must cultivate inner strength that cannot be shaken. Many believe they are ready because they have knowledge, influence, or even faith. But faith without formation is fragile. The time of shaking will not honor mere appearances. It will not protect those who look strong but are hollow inside. What matters is what lies beneath the surface. The quiet disciplines, the unshakable convictions, the depth of your roots. Preparation begins by confronting your own foundations. Ask yourself, what have I been building? On what am I standing? Because the storm will test it all. You must learn to endure before endurance is required. You must train your spirit before the battle begins. Just as a tree grows its roots deep before the wind rises, so must your life be grounded in truth before pressure comes. Do not mistake delay for safety. The delay is your mercy. It is your moment to act. The storm is not here to destroy the faithful. It is here to reveal them. And if you prepare now, you will not only survive, you will lead others through the chaos. This preparation is not glamorous. It takes place in the hidden places of life. In the choices you make when no one is watching, in the integrity you maintain when compromise would be easier. In the hours of prayer, reflection, discipline, and commitment. The strong are not formed on stages or praised in the crowd. They are formed in the silence, in the struggle, in the stillness of faithful pursuit. What you do now in this season of warning will echo in the season of testing. There will be voices that tell you preparation is unnecessary, that warnings are extreme, that you have time. Do not listen. These are the voices of delay. And delay is the enemy of strength. Every moment you hesitate is ground you 4 feet. Every day you choose comfort over growth. You trade resilience for weakness. But every step you take now toward truth, toward discipline, toward purpose, these are the bricks that will hold your life when the storm breaks. The strong do not wait to see if the storm will come. They prepare because they know it will. And their preparation becomes their peace. When the skies darken and the winds roar, they will not fear. Because long before the first drop of rain, they chose to build, to root, to prepare. And because they did, they will stand. Not everyone will make it through, That is a sobering truth we must come to terms with. When the storm breaks across the land, when the foundations of culture and comfort are shaken, when the easy path vanishes and the cost of truth rises, many will falter. Many will retreat. Many will collapse under the weight of fear, compromise, or confusion. But in the midst of that collapse, something powerful will rise. A remnant. A people not defined by the size of their numbers, but by the strength of their conviction. These are the ones who refused to bow when everyone else bent the knee. These are the ones who remained faithful when faith became costly. The remnant will not be famous, but they will be chosen. The storm is not meant to destroy the remnant. It is meant to reveal them. It is in the fire that gold is tested. It is in pressure that diamonds are formed. And it is in the storm that the remnant is made visible. The shaking that is coming will separate what is cultural from what is eternal, what is shallow from what is rooted. This is not a time to blend in. This is not a time to be lukewarm or half-committed. And you have. The remnant will be those who made the quiet decision go deeper, to walk away from the noise, to silence the distractions, and to return to the foundations. You will know the remnant by their clarity. In a world filled with noise, they will speak with wisdom. In a time of panic, they will move with peace. While others scramble for direction, they will stand already positioned. They are not reactive. They are prepared. Because long before the storm ever came, they chose to live differently. They built lives of integrity. They practiced discipline when no one was watching. They cultivated truth in the hidden places. And so when the storm breaks, they do not fall apart. They rise up. This remnant will be misunderstood. The world will not celebrate them. They will be mocked, silenced, and rejected by many. But they will not waver, because they are not anchored in the opinions of the crowd. And they are anchored in something unmovable. They do not live for the praise of man, but the purpose of heaven. And because of that, they will endure when others give up. They will press on when others turn back. They will lead when others are lost. You have a choice. You can drift with the masses, or you can join the remnant. But make no mistake, there is a cost. The remnant is not formed by accident. It's the result of countless small choices. Choosing truth over ease, conviction over compromise, courage over fear. The storm will prove what you are made of. And when the dust settles, when the storm is past and the world looks for direction, it will not look to the ones who fell. It will look to the ones who stood, the remnant. And the question is, will you be among them? Victory will not belong to the strongest in appearance or the loudest in voice. It will belong to the rooted. The storm that is coming will not admire status, education, or charisma. It will strip everything down to its core. What remains will not be what looked impressive, but what was truly grounded. In the days ahead, those who have rooted themselves deeply in truth, in discipline, and in eternal principles will not only survive, they will overcome. And they will do more than endure. They will thrive in the very place where others collapsed. To be rooted is to be unshakable. A tree with deep roots can withstand winds that rip others from the ground. It doesn't matter how tall or beautiful it is on the outside. If the roots are shallow, the storm will reveal it. The same is true for our lives. What have you been rooted in? Popular convenience? Shifting opinions? If so, then the storm will pull you under. But if you are rooted in what is true and eternal, you will find yourself standing when others are falling. And more than that, you will find strength you didn't know you had. The process of becoming rooted is not glamorous. It requires intentionality, and you have. Quiet labor and unseen sacrifice. It's built in the early mornings when you choose to pray instead of sleep. You have. It's forged in the moments when you speak truth even when it costs you. It's cultivated in the choices you make when nobody is watching. Choices that align your character with something greater than yourself. Roots grow in silence, but their strength is revealed in the storm. The rooted will not panic. They will not be tossed by every wave of fear or seduced by every new deception. Their discernment will be sharp, their footing firm, and their presence peaceful. While the world scrambles for answers, the rooted will become answers. They will be like oaks in a forest of fallen trees, unmoved, alive, and fruitful even in crisis. These are the ones who will carry light into dark places, who will lift others when all seems lost. Victory in this coming season is not about survival alone. It is about influence. Those who are rooted will lead. They will restore, rebuild, and replant. They will be entrusted with responsibility because they have proven steady under pressure. The shaking that came to destroy will become their platform to build. Not for themselves, but for a greater purpose. They will be the ones who redefine strength, not by domination, but by stability, resilience, and wisdom. Now is the time to dig deep, to remove the distraction, to stop living on the surface. What you do now will determine how you stand later, because when the storm finally breaks, when the winds roar and everything is tested, it will be too late to find roots. You must already have them, and if you do, you will not only remain, you will rise with victory in your hands, while others wonder how you withstood it all.